If you click to this video, you'll probably think you suck at grammar. Well, I don't think so. I think your way of learning grammar sucks. I'll show you a better way. You see, normally when we try to learn a grammar, we get a grammar book and then we start it from chapter 1. We understand the grammar, how is it used, the context and so on. And probably we also do a lot of grammar drills, grammar exercises within the chapter. And we finally move on to the next chapter. And then we move on to the next chapter. And then we finish the book. And we forgot lesson 1. That was actually me back then. Especially when I was trying to learn Korean. That was me basically. I was there. But once I implemented this polyglot method of learning a grammar, my progress increased exponentially, and within just 1.5 years, I passed the Korean topic level 5 without any tutors, without any paid courses whatsoever. And I'll show you in a moment. I want to start by first pointing out what we did wrong. The first thing is we focus so much, too much, on memorizing the rules, but we fail at recognizing the pattern. You see, when we try to learn a new grammar, we focus on the rules. What are the rules? Let's say you're trying to learn English. What are the rules for simple continuous tense in English? Or you have to put this pronoun has to use this auxiliaries, and you have to use this verb and modify the verb with ing and so on and so on. We focus on the rules, and you know what kids and younger people are doing when they're learning language. They recognize patterns from thousands of contexts that they hear. They immerse themselves within the language and they recognize the patterns. They immediately know that she always uses is. Maybe they can't explain the rules, they can't teach other people simple continuous tense, but they know how to use it. They can feel it when a word is used wrong. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we're not using spaced repetition enough. You know, people talk all the time about using the spaced repetition for vocabulary learning. We also need to use it in grammar. You see, when we master chapter 1, we move on to chapter 2, and oftentimes what we learned at chapter 1 are not repeated in chapter 2. You know, maybe the most common grammar are repeated, but that's exactly the reason why we only remember those parts. We don't remember the other because it's not repeated enough. We focus so much on completing the workbook, the grammar book, but we do not immerse ourselves. We do not refresh what we just learned yesterday or the day before, and we just forgot. So I present to you a better way, a reformed way of learning a grammar. So the framework is you want 30% of an initial grammar study. Probably you watch a YouTube video explaining the grammar points. You understand the context to use the grammar, and you also do a little bit of grammar drills to make sure you understand the rules. But you want to focus more, 70%, on pattern recognition, on repeat. You want to immerse yourself with content in your target language. And every time you see a grammar that you've learned yesterday or the day before or a week before, you pause, you recognize the pattern, you understand why the sentence is constructed that way, you refresh your memory, and then you go on. One way of applying this framework is you study a grammar point. You can do like one new grammar every day or one new grammar every 2 days, for example. You can jot down some notes and do just a little bit of grammar drills. But then you want to do every day of immersion, of consuming content in the target language. For example, YouTube videos. You want to watch the YouTube videos, but every time you recognize a pattern, a grammar, you pause and then you recognize why this specific verb is paired with another word or auxiliary or anything, or particles or anything. You make sure you understand why the sentence is constructed that way because of a specific grammar rules, and then once you really understand that, you can then move on and continue the video. This is the pattern recognition part that I'm talking about. You know, a lot of times when you do this, you can forget. In fact, you forget a lot the rules of the grammar. When that happens, you simply pull out your notebooks, refresh your memory for like 2 minutes by reading the grammar rules, and then that's the spaced repetition part going. I do this myself, and not just Korean topic. I also passed the HSK 5 Mandarin in 1 year, and the IELTS academic I got band 8 last year, and then I recently also got the topic level 6 last November. It's a really efficient way of learning a grammar. Now I want to talk about the next level of grammar learning, which is using it. You see, when you try to use a new grammar, you want to make sure you understand that passively first. But after you understand the grammar really well passively, you can start using it day to day in your writing or in your day-to-day speaking. And as you use that every day, you will start to forget the rules behind how you use it. And I argue that that is the time that you finally mastered the grammar. You want to understand the grammar, know how to use it, but because you use it every day, you just do it automatically on autopilot, that you now forget the underlying rules behind what you say, and that is when you achieve a native proficiency of the grammar. So there you have it. Remember, you're not stuck at grammar. Change your way of doing things. Use my method, try it, and I promise you're not stuck at grammar. Your way of learning it stuck. Thanks for watching. Give me a like if you like the video. Comments. Tell me what you think, and see you next time.